Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new stream. This is already a new midweek update on Thursday, the 26th of February. Only 3 more days left in this month, and we go to March. So excited, guys, for the third month of the first quarter. And in the first quarter, we do expect also the MCGA company to go live. So maybe some fireworks in the next month. So make sure you are strapped in. And you also hit that like button. And I quickly want to give a big shout out to the guys from Obsidian Swap, because no matter the market conditions, they are still supporting the channel, and I am really thankful from the bottom of my heart. So thanks, guys, to the guys from Obsidian. And also, if you don't know where to swap on chain, go check out Obsidian. Soon they will have also liquidity strikes. So quite exciting, I'm not gonna lie. And also a big thank you to all the beautiful people here in the chat today. I see Trans King. I would say that's bearish era. $2 crow. I'm not getting out of bat for a $2 crow, man. 5? At least 5, right? At least 5. What's up, guys? What's up? So, quick update on Crow quickly. The market. It's not at $2 yet, but soon. Today was quite interesting because we had a good pump yesterday to about 8.5 cents. And, well, a pump, I would say it's a relative pump. We haven't seen a plus 7% day in a long time. So, yeah, we can call it a pump. But unfortunately, something strange happened today. So we had the open of the American stock market, and out of nowhere, out of literally nowhere, we saw Nvidia go down like a meme coin. Minus 5%. And I would say this is really interesting because Nvidia yesterday shared their best earnings report ever. Record-breaking numbers. And even the forward-looking statements. Good. Green. Bullish. But still, I think the Nvidia stock traders, they were like, yeah, this still not good enough. Very interesting, guys. You can also take a look here. So yesterday, directly after we had the quarterly earnings report, we take the Nvidia charts. You can see that we even went to, let me go to the daily. We went to about 200. We surpassed 200, and now we have a big red candle today. It's weird. The overall structure, though, is, I would say, still pretty good for Nvidia. And AI, I don't know if you guys are following the OpenClaw saga. OpenClaw is growing crazy. Claude from Anthropic, they are releasing new stuff every day. So I honestly think, and we're not going to change into a stock channel, guys, but I don't think that Nvidia is done with growing. People had the same feeling about ASML, for example. Yeah, I think they can't grow much more, and then they continued growing. Let me show you the ASML stock as well on the Euronext exchange. Yeah, it's from high to high to high to high. There's no stopping it seems, because people thought it was overbought already in 2024. And yeah, it dipped. It dipped quite harsh, all the way down to $500. But now, a big new all-time high also for the ASML holding. I wish I bought some. I had some friends joining the ASML company. I think when we were in 2020. I should have bought here at about $300. Anyways, what's up, guys? What stocks are you buying? Are you buying crypto? I would say that buying crypto at this point is not all too bad. We've been taking a look at this white line for Crow specifically, and it's holding on. It held in March. It held in October. It held in January of 2024. And before that, well, different story. But you can see it was acting as resistance before that. So, important white line. Let's hope we do not break it. I think that would be a great sign for the bulls. And I think there are many reasons why it might be bullish. That's also why I say there are quite some signals pointing towards a potential reversal. I think that's quite bullish. What's up, guys? I see Brainstorm from the beautiful Bulgaria. It is a beautiful weather right now in Northern Europe. About almost 20 degrees. What's the weather like, Brainstorm, in Bulgaria? Snowy? Sunny? Rainy? What's up, Terry? Strapping in for you, sir. Also, big thanks to all the members. I see Terry, I see Björn, I see Teddy as well. Thank you so much for all the support. There's never been any stopping the stock markets, but individual companies can drop after highs and stay low for ages. Take a look at Microsoft. Well, the thing about Microsoft and the 1999 era is that we're talking about the dot-com bubble. And also, I think many people were hyped about Microsoft 2000. Or was it Millennium Edition? I think it was called ME. In my personal experience, like, Windows ME was really, really bad. I would say Windows 97 was good. 95 was decent, but not that great. 97 was good. Millennium Edition bad. XP good. Vista bad. Windows 7, yeah, let's go. Windows 7 was the GOAT, if you ask me. But what about in 1990? This is a crazy chart, by the way. Yearly chart. It's hard to see, really, because, yeah, you're right. So what Transking is talking about here is that you see this crazy lift up into the .com era, all the way to 58 euros or $58. I do not know, though, if there were any stock splits or anything like that crazy stuff happening. But yeah, it took from 99 all the way to 15. Of course, we also had... If we didn't have, I would say here, the overall stock market crash or the financial crisis in 2008, I think we would have been there earlier. You take a look at the overall trajectory. But yeah, we took a break here. And now, of course, guys, I think you're happy. If you bought Microsoft in 1999 at $50, you made about a 10x. So it took about 30 years, but, you know, we got there. CRO is back. CRO has never been gone, but I would say CRO is definitely showing some momentum. And I want to show you guys first the Bitcoin chart, because I think this is super important to see as well. Do you see this here? These big wicks. Every time that Bitcoin wants to go lower, it is going a bit lower, but it is also getting bought back up again. So big wick here, big wick, big wick. There is definitely some buying happening at these levels, and I think that's super important and something we should not talk too lightly about. Also, for the first time in weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, been red. So far, the week is not over yet. This is the midweek update, but we finally have a bit of a green candle. Blake is talking about a potential short squeeze. That is definitely a scenario we should be talking about. We mentioned it also, I believe, on yesterday's video, that if you take a look at... where is it? I had it somewhere. Bitcoin liquidations. Here you can see. Today, there were also some longs getting wrecked, but today, not that many liquidations happening. Today, a bit of action, but not that much. Yesterday, we had a lot of shorts being liquidated. I would say that the liquidation heat map, though, is also quite interesting. Let me show you the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. You can see that if we break about 70k here, we're getting to a big level with a lot of short liquidations. Can we zoom out a little bit? I need to log in. Maybe it will load. We are on a bear mark, yet people refuse to accept it. Well, it all depends on how you look at it, sir. It all depends on how you look at it, really. I might buy some CRO in October or November when it's below 5 cents. There's no guarantee it will go to 5 cents, truly. Has everyone already clicked the like button? Ooh, good question. How was the haircut? Good question, Rowan. What do you think? It's short but sweet. I think it's good. I had some test haircut, actually. It was getting wild. Star Fox is strapped in today and delivering some mail. Trying to hustle for some fiat. Teddy, hello, hello, hello. Where are we? Anyway, so this won't load, unfortunately. Need to log in. Might even be a paid thing, guys. But you can check for yourself. Coinglass.com. You can look for the Bitcoin liquidation heat map. Overall, Bitcoin is having some momentum here. Some people are indeed talking about a bit of a Bitcoin dead cat bounce. But I would say in general that where we are, and we've talked about this many times, is that we are at a very important support level. And let me also now include a different indicator. Let me include here the volume clusters. And you can see that where we are now, there is a lot of volume happening. So this level won't easily break. This, guys, is one of the most important clusters of volume at about 60k. Not only because we have been trading here in November, or basically in 2024, also because we've been trading here in the previous cycle in 2021, really. So important, guys, level of support here. If we would break down, the next level of true support will be at about 44k and then 20k. But this doesn't easily break. This doesn't easily break. But then, well, if we do 44k, you can also see it kind of corresponds here to this level. Interesting, right? If, though, we go to the upside, it also works in the reverse. So we can take a look at this cluster tool, and it's no guarantee, guys. It's a tool in your toolbox. But if we break this level here of about 92k, I think we can easily fly back to about 106. We haven't talked about 106 for a long time. I would say 106 would be the true test of time. Sanja, hello, hello. Is acceptance of a bear market a sign of a local bottom, though? Well, the minute it all depends, I would say. So let's say it like this. I think we might have been in like a mini bear market. I mean, we have dropped about 75% for CRO and about 50% for Bitcoin. You know, in traditional sense, everything below a 20% dip is a bear market. Traditional sense, right? But I am of the personal belief that we will end the year higher than how we started it. And to give you guys a quick reminder, we started the year at, to be precise, 94k. Would you buy CRO at this price? I think yes. I would do that. And why would I do that? Well, take a look at this chart here. How many times have you been here? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th time. Could we drop lower? Potentially. I'm not saying no to that, but what if it doesn't happen? George Thomas, welcome. March 26th. Maybe something is going to happen also March 26th. Could you explain, Blake, why you think that 5 cents is very likely? 5 cents has been the bear market bottom, really. We only have been there for 10 days in 2023. Is there any other update coming from Chris? So Chris, guys, you CEO of crypto.com. I think if anything, we need to get an AMA. We need to get an AMA because I want to hear about two major things. So Chris, please Please, Chris, tell us more about AI.com. I have been signed up for AI.com and I haven't heard a single thing yet. What happened? They made a big deal about the Super Bowl ad, big launch, big deal. You know, what's happening with AI.com? And guys, AI.com will be huge for Cronos, by the way, because if you ask me, the only logical way how AI is going to make payments is using the blockchain. They will not use banks. They won't. They will use blockchain because it's the most efficient way to send money over the internet. Blockchain. It's safe, secure, and proven in the last, well, since 2010 or 2009, basically. So in the last 17 years, we've proven that the technology is pretty safe, pretty secure. What will AI.com use? It will use Cronos. It's very clear, but it needs to go live. So that's a question I have for Chris. AI.com, what's happening? Also, what's happening to the, support really for Crow besides MCJ? So I think Crypto.com is getting a lot of attention, right? There's going to be a new video, hopefully soon. Trust bank chart. Guys, Crypto.com will become a bank. No way, Sabadov's March 26th is my birthday. Oh man, that's exactly in a month's time, right? Exactly in a month's time. How old will you become? Too old, probably. We could even see a low as 3 or 4 cents. So, especially those kind of predictions, I am very much against, Blake, because that would make so little sense, if you ask me. That would be much below the low of the bear market in 2023. And to give you a bit of context again about why we went this low, is also because we had a massive loss of trust after the FTX debacle. Nobody trusted exchanges anymore. Now we are a few years ahead. I would say exchanges have built a lot more trust, and therefore also the Crow token should be worth more. But well, of course, let's see. One thing is that Bitcoin, of course, has been crushing the Crow value. So if you take a look at the Crow Bitcoin chart, that's definitely in a down fashion, right? Recently, though, Crow has been beating Bitcoin quite heavily. You can see here that Crow jumped up on this line and is now at about 0.11. Also, you can see the same for Bitcoin. Apology. You can also see that Bitcoin dominance. It's at a really interesting point here. It is definitely showing that it wants to go down. If Bitcoin hits 30k, where do you think Crow will be? So, I don't think that Bitcoin will go to 30k. But if so, based here on what we see already with altcoins versus Bitcoin, I think if Bitcoin would go down to 30k, I think 5 cents would be like the low. If Bitcoin goes back to 30k, we'll probably go here. But this is a firm drop, right? Let's not forget, if we go down to 5 cents, that's a minus 36% drop. Minus 36%, that's big. Huge even. We have already fallen a lot, so I don't think it's much likely that if Bitcoin goes down 50%, that we necessarily also need to go down 50%. Chris would be happy with Crow in March and hold him accountable. Yeah, we will do on March 26th. Chris kind of just have been letting me down, so I've joined in 2020. I would say Chris has been delivering overall. Like, you can't blame Chris for Bitcoin going down, right? Chris has been building with the treasury. Chris has been the only thing that is not, you know, moving is the price. That's my honest opinion here, of course, and you can disagree with that. I think everyone should have his own opinion and should be critical and should be, you know, thinking about both sides. But, you know, Chris definitely did some good things as well. Let's not forget that. Personal opinion here, Blake, but I really don't think we'll see a 30k Bitcoin price. The market is vastly different now to how it was in 2016. We'll never see those 80% drawdowns again. Let's see. I don't think so either, but maybe we'll see something different. What I find interesting, though, today I read something about EveZilla, and I don't know if this will have any implications as well on crypto.com, because we are still building. Where is it? Here we go. Let me share this one. I think this is quite interesting. So the EveZilla Ethereum strategy company, so basically an ETH treasury, like what we see with MCGA and the CRO treasury company, it rebrands after a 96% stock crash. So it went down massively. EveZilla is officially abandoning its Ethereum treasury model after its stock collapsed about 96% from its 2025 peak. The company is now rebranding into Forum Markets and shift focus to tokenize real-world assets. So I find this interesting because the MCGA company is not yet live, and I would say that the overall market for treasury companies, it's not looking all too good, is it? So can I bring it up? Strategy. This one. You can see that strategy is basically back to its .com value. Wow, that's actually pretty crazy. Didn't even notice that. So anyone that's bought stocks of strategy from Michael Saylor, the Bitcoin treasury company, it's back. It's exactly back to the to the all-time high, the high of 1999. Oh no, wait. This is 2021. Also quite interesting. It's back to the 2021 levels, but it's also very close to the .com era bubble. $70 billion unbound tokens unlocks month after month, and then when Bitcoin bottoms. But it's all about how these tokens will get used, Blake. So let me give you an example. You give me $1 every month. What happens to these dollars? You don't know, right? You don't know, because I hold the dollars. As long as I don't do anything with these dollars, I will have them in my possession. They might be hoarding, they might be stacking, or I might be spending them. The good thing though about blockchain is that we can track the movement of tokens. And I'm going to show you quickly here. I'm going to show you on MintScan. If you give me $1, you don't know what I will do with the dollar. You don't know. Except if you give me on blockchain. I think my wallet is public, so you can you know, also give me on. You can also become a member, by the way, if you want to give me dollars. Man, I'm getting poor, guys. I'm still looking for a job. don't mind the chills here. So we have here. This is the treasury wallet. Still 57 billion CRO locked. But you can see that all the CRO that has been moved to other known wallets. I saw today actually somebody from the community, he made a big Excel sheet with all the different wallets holding CRO. So for example, this one holds about 5 billion CRO at this moment. And there are multiple wallets like this, but there's no evidence yet that we are selling any of the unlocked CRO. So I think that's a very important distinction that needs to be made about the unburn. And also, I think this one is also quite interesting. You might have seen a video about the Cronos app I made with Ryan. So during a recent interview with Ryan, it talked about an update to the tokenomics proposal. I think the biggest issue, and I get Blake here. I get Blake 100% because there is so much lack of transparency. Yes, you can go here to Minscan, but come on, who does that? only like extreme blockchain nerds. So I talked to Ryan about this. I talked to Ryan about this also in private. Like, we need more transparency for the community. We need to have like a dashboard that shows, okay, this is what we have. This is what we're gonna burn. This is what we're gonna spend. This is what, be very transparent. Because the more transparent we are, I think we deserve that after, the very untransparent voting process. The more transparency that we have, the more we know. And you don't need to say, well, hey, we're going to use 100 million CRO to do this and this and this. You can, but I don't necessarily need to. As long as I know this part is going to be used for marketing or this part is going to be used for, you can still have plenty of surprises, plenty of information, to keep secrets as well. Let's say it like that. 26th of March is a Thursday. Ooh, we're gonna keep Chris accountable live on stream. Live on stream. Maybe finally we see some cash services in the CDC app in the Netherlands, but they already say nothing on the level up page in the Netherlands. I can't even like access the page. So if I go to crypto.com here and I say I want to go to level up, so this is all Dutch, guys. Some people say that Dutch is kind of like broken English. I disagree. If I press level up and I press start, oh, it actually does something now. That's different. That's new. Ah, this is the issue. So if I press level up, it doesn't set me to the level up page. It's broken. It's still broken. Weird. Anyway, so we talked about this news article from Chris, but unfortunately, guys, the banking is only going to be available in the US. At least that's my understanding here. If you take a look again at the post by Chris. We're proud to announce that Crypto.com has received conditional approval, so still conditional, from the US OCC. So this, guys, is only in the United States of America, I think. If you get a banking license in the US, it doesn't mean you also get a banking license in the rest of the world. Welcome, MK, welcome. The tokens from the unburn go straight into an escrow fund, so never hits the open market for retail to purchase. Therefore, we're not being diluted currently. True. I'm not too far off. I forgot the context here. Guess who gave Coin Baron the Assetwatch? Guys, a link in the description down below. I hate it when it's red, though. Can you please make it green, MK? Can you please make it green today? Just, I think a few million buys, and I think we'll make it green today again. I know it's what if, but damn, I regret not selling end of August and buy back at these prices. One thing, of course, Mantic, never blame yourself, because, it could also have been the other way around. Let's say you sold at 40 cents and it went to $4. You would have hated yourself as well. And the good thing now is, if you are staking, you're also getting a bit of additional CRO. Delivering dumps. Nah, Chris is okay. Is it safe to do staking through the on-chain wallet? Through all that they offer in it, I mean. I'm gonna be honest here. I have not done any staking of stable coins whatsoever on the on-chain wallet. Maybe somebody in the community, I don't know, could somebody maybe tell us, is it safe? It all depends where you stake as well. I think there is maybe like an earn section. Morpho, if it goes through Morpho has been proven throughout the last few years that it's quite a safe protocol. I guess what I mean by letting me down, talking about Chris, he lacks communication and accountability. The new Cronos CEO feels more involved and real to the community in his short time. In combination or in comparison to the whole time with Chris. So Chris also changed throughout the years. Like, if I don't know how long you guys have been here, but back in the days, Chris was in the Discord. Chris had like every few months an AMA. Now if you get an AMA, it's like, oh my god. Pretty crazy. But yeah, I would say accountability, we need to wait and see. He said March 26th. Maybe he pulls some magic tricks still. Like, I think one of the big magic tricks, guys, that he still might have in his sleeve is the MCGA company. This is basically run by crypto.com. And if you take a look at the news again, when is it going to start? When are they going to start buying CRO? They expect that the business combination, so the company will start in the first quarter of 2026. And things can, of course, change. If for some reason they want to postpone, maybe. Then maybe, yes, it's going to be a bit later. But overall, I'm still fine. It creates a fake market cap. It does. The additional token supply, I think it does change the, you know, what it does basically. And that's the case for many tokens, by the way. Also for BNB, also for Tron. I think also for Cardano. The higher the market cap here, also typically the higher we get in the top 20 of different tokens. And this is also quite interesting because we need to be in here. The coin market cap 20 index DTF. So if we are still a top 20 token, and this is changing quite often. So currently we are just out of the top 20 because the top 20 doesn't include stable coins. So here you can see Tether, USDC, you can exclude those from the top 20. We are, I think, just outside of the top 20 range. We need to flip World Liberty Finance and also Shiba Inu, and hopefully also Sui and Zcash. That's still, these are all pretty close together actually. So you can see Crow 3 billion, WLFi also 3.2, Shiba Inu 3.5, Sui 3.5, Zcash almost full. For example, we would have only needed 26 billion to get to $1. Doesn't matter. That's not how it works, Blake. Like, market cap doesn't matter. Market cap is completely irrelevant. It's definitely going to be exciting. I don't know who's spamming the emotes, but I love it. I love the new emotes. I hope you guys like them as well. You have to become a member, and then it will become available to you directly as well. It needs more liquidity to get to the same price. So this is the misunderstanding that we have, Blake. So this is completely irrelevant. The market cap is complete bullshit. Let's say it like it is. Liquidity is all about the order book. If you go now to crypto.com, let me show the exchange, because I think the exchange will give you a better actual understanding of how liquidity works for Crow. And it's not exact science, but let me go now to crypto.com. Let's go to the Crow market here. And here we have the order book. And I think this is really important for anyone out there. So let me quickly make it a bit bigger. So you can see here that in order to pump the price about 1 cent to almost 9 here, 8.7, it requires a buy of 314. Oh no, yeah, 314. Wait a minute, no. Yeah, here you can see about 8 million CRO. We need to buy 8 million CRO from the market to pump the price to 1 cent. What is about 8 million CRO? Let me check. So if I buy 8 million CRO, it's about $500,000. You can't see, but here you can, right? If I buy $500,000 of CRO now, we would pump directly to about 9 cents. That's how it works. The market cap doesn't matter because with this, the market cap will directly pump like crazy. We can take a look right again. So the market cap is 3.17. If we pump to about 9 cents, we have to, how does it work? Yeah, it's not exact science, guys, because this is only one exchange. But just to give you an example here, I think in order to pump the price on all exchanges, I think you need maybe like, let's say you need like $3 million of buys. But let's say we go to let's say 10 cents because it's easier. If we go to 10 cents, that might require like $50 million. Let's say $50 million. I think that's quite safe. Then we go to 10 cents. Then we are suddenly at 4.1 billion US dollars. It will cost you $50 million to bring the market cap $1 billion higher. Market cap doesn't matter. Market cap is is a product of two values: price and circulating supply. Liquidity is not part of the equation here. Why are we dumping though? Hey, what's up, Trans, and what's up, Cliff, as well. And I promise I'm not being negative. It's just my personal opinion. So I think there's a difference between opinion and just, you know, FUD. And I'm gonna be honest here as well. We need to be very clear about the mechanisms how price actually gets to the discovery phase, right? Because in theory, it is indeed price, supply. If there's more supply, the price, you know, will go down. Yada yada yada. It is harder than that. It is definitely harder. So I get why you think it is, because that's what basic economics tells you, but it's not the case here. And it's a lot harder, a lot more, well, delicate than just there is more supply and therefore it's going to be harder to bring the price to a certain level. That's unfortunately how it is. I wish it was easy. I truly wish it was easy. What's up, guys? I'm checking in with the chat as we speak. What's happening with the market? So Bitcoin. By the way, I'm happy to have you here, Blake. I'm really happy to. I think it's really good to get, you know, insight from both sides, so then we can have a discussion. I'm happy that anyone is here, by the way. Bitcoin 76, 67, 67. We're back at 67K buys. 67. Is that still a thing? 67. I can confirm that the level up tab works for UK users. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of the UK users. Maybe if I change my never mind. Pro is, you know, doing okay right now. It's at about 677. I'm already a lot better, you know, than when we were trading at about 7.2. That was only 2 days ago. Let's buy the dip together. Let's make the Assetwatch green again. Let's make CRO green again, guys. MCGA. The Dutch are some of the nicest Europeans I ever met. Ah. Do you know more Dutchies? Interesting. Hey, Acts, welcome, 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 strap in. So, I don't know if you guys watch, by the way, I've seen John many times. It's not John, by the way, but well, I've seen him many times also in the Crypto Report live stream chats. But recently I saw that Black Sea got like a big haircut. Like, I almost didn't recognize him, like a complete new man. The bear market changed him. Hey, what's up, Skywalker? Good to see you, sir. Remember to spend more on your debit when CRO is down. More CRO for the future. Well, I would say spend less, and buy more CRO. But yeah, I get what you're talking about. I really, so I'm getting married, as you guys might know. And getting married, by the way, is super expensive, but I recently, I paid for the honeymoon. I couldn't delay buying for the honeymoon, and I bought the tickets for the honeymoon like exactly here, and I was so happy. I kind of timed it correctly because I think it was quite an expensive honeymoon, so I got about $200 worth of cash back, which was really nice. We should come out and explain this and be transparent rather than hiding. I would say we have to take a look now at the new leadership. And I would say, like, Blake, I really recommend to you and to anyone, if you have a question, you can almost directly go and, you know, tag Ryan. Ryan is the CEO of Cronos, the CEO of Cronos app. And he has been replying to many crypto people. What the hell is this? Anyway, so he's been replying to many people about also some Cronos related questions. So for example here, is Cronos even a decentralized blockchain anymore? Asking for a friend. Well, here we have Ryan. Permissionless for anyone to do anything they want in it. The Cronos Labs team is working on one app. And as part of that, we'll do major things to make the chain more accessible, drive more liquidity, and bring more users to the chain, which should resonate to what devs want. So really, if you have a question, tag in with Ryan. He also recommended, or he talked here about, you know, the buyback can burn. You know, he's talking about a lot of stuff, even someone that doesn't, you know, they don't resonate that well with the community. Why doesn't Crypto.com work with Ideal Wiro? I think they lost some new EU customers because of this. Well, do we need it? So I don't know. I don't know, Rowan. So what I do, I just, you know, transfer it from the bank. I don't like to use like Ideal as like a middleman, right? I think I even like used like Tiki in some instance, and I was like, what? So what I do, I transfer money, euro, directly from my bank account to the other bank account, and it will be in place. I think if you go to, I think I've seen what you talk about as well. If you take a look at the Hero is a stockbroker. I think there you can also use Ideal. I think you can also use bank transfer. I don't mind the bank transfers. Maybe though it's a good feature request. Is everyone still holding? Welcome, Jay Smith. Or should we be happy now at 60 or 70 cents? I think everyone would be happy with 70 cents at this point, but I'm not selling there. That's my personal opinion. So, Coinbaron, do you know if the cashback for the Visa cards are only inflating CRO, or does CDC buy CRO with the fees of the buy and give it as cashback? So, based on previous communication by Chris, and it's hard to find. It's really hard to find on. It's hard to find on Twitter. I think it's this one. If I take a look at revenue. It's so hard to see. Here we go. This is the one. So based on this tweet, he's mentioning that Crypto.com generated $1.5 billion in revenue, but they had about $1 billion in gross profit. But of that $1 billion, they spent about $700 million on branding and incentives of user acquisition. So incentives, that is something like the cashback. So if you ask me, are they buying CRO? Based on this tweet, I would say yes, they are buying the CRO, and therefore they have no net effect or they have no positive effect and no negative effect really on the CRO price. They buy, and some people sell for the cashback, so it's a net neutral effect. TransKing is selling at certain places, some at 50, some at 150, and some at $2. I discussed this with my wife, my future wife. We have this wedding wallet, and I'm going to sell the wedding wallet at about 60-70 cents. I think 66 or 67, I don't know. That was what I discussed to be break even on the wedding. Constant change of leadership seems like an issue to me. This is the first time we have a CEO for Cronos. This is the first CEO for Cronos, like the true CEO. Let's hope he will stick for a longer time, but let's see. Chris has been a constant though. Takes a couple of hours. So in my experience, I transfer, it takes 1 to 2 minutes. And I'm using the Rabobank. So you might, I don't know if you use ING, or I might want to try Revolut in the future as well. But in my personal opinion, bank transfers 1 to 2 minutes, even in the weekends, because it's, I think it goes from a Dutch bank to a bank in Malta or Latvia or some. It all works in the same European system, so it goes almost instant. It's also automated, so it becomes available on that account, and it will also show you a notification. Also, new people to crypto don't trust bank transfers. I think. I think that's a bigger issue. I do agree there. I think if they could just buy like they can with the credit card, I think that would be better. That's true. Peter's having the same experience in the UK. You transfer and it arrives in basically 5 minutes. It's a thing though. People, you can pay with a credit card, but not yet with any European alternative. I'm getting more and more used though to debit cards and the whole structure of Visa, MasterCard. So maybe Wiro should become like a big European alternative to like Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. Maybe if it becomes big enough, I think it's hard for them to ignore. Swift will start selling it at 50 cents and then just sell as we go. I mean, that's fine, right? Hopefully we don't have to wait for years. I think, like, personal take here, I don't think it will be years. I talked about this in the beginning of the stream. It's my firm belief that we'll end the year higher than how we started it. But let's see though. I've had some other prediction in the past as well that didn't really came to fruition. So let's see. Okay, it might be an ING issue then. What's up, Trading Savior? So what is Ken Timser doing now? So Ken Timser, according to his LinkedIn profile, is doing AI consulting. Whatever that might be. You're welcome, MK. It's so fast because more and more banks participate in the SCT instant scheme, instant CPA. Okay, I didn't even know that. Banks are improving, but they should be using blockchain already. Do you use OpenPaid? Not yet. I need to check what it even is. Any updates with the previous and new roadmap? So Cronos won't get like a traditional roadmap anymore. Basically, what will happen is, and I think, let me show you the tweet. Let me show you the tweet by Ryan. He has been talking in the replies. Here we go. So, there we go. We will release a tokenomics proposal and also the tokenomics page, which will create more transparency. So they will be doing all kind of stuff as they go, but they will be releasing more documents. I've also seen the rebrand already, guys, and it's looking quite hot if you ask me. Quite hot. Soon, hopefully, also it will become public. Yeah. What was it? What we're talking about? The question was roadmap. Yeah. So, I think they might share a bit more details when we get this tokenomics proposal, and also when we get the rebrand. So April timeframe that will be, but no traditional roadmap in the sense that we have, for example, on crypto.com. Is it still up there even? Is it still up there? Company news? No. Yeah, the roadmap is still there, but they need to definitely update it. Singularity API is there now. We do have Cronos 1. I think stock options are available in the US. This is not done yet. The yield on cash. And we also need business. I want a business account at crypto.com. So definitely need an update on this front as well. Welcome, Mr. Rodriguez. Welcome. Watching from the beginning. Hit the like, sir. Hit the like indeed. Is it today Bitcoin Pizza Day? Welcome, Crush League as well. Are you good, Baron? I'm doing great again. I feel healthy. Healthy as an elephant. Is that a thing in in English? Okay, it might be the crypto.com roadmap. How much will Crow drop if Bitcoin goes to like 50, 40 or 35k? We funnily enough, we talked already about this topic, but it's my opinion that if we drop to like let's say 30k, right? Let's begin there with 35k. So, well, will we drop to 35k? We talked about these volume profiles here, these clusters, and 35, like 40, 42. That's already a really big level of support. Then yeah, maybe 30-ish. 30 is also quite, you know, we see here 30. 30 has been also a big line of support. But overall, if we see those big drops, I do believe that we will probably only go back here to these levels. We revisit the lows of 2023. So that's about 5 cents. Give or take 5 cents. So that would be my guess. That would still be a drop of another 30, 35%. So Bitcoin then would go down, let's say 50%. That's what you guys are talking about, right? Let's say we go to 30k. That would be about minus 50%. Based on what Crow Bitcoin has been doing. So Bitcoin is dropping. While Bitcoin has been dropping, Crow has been going up in his Bitcoin pair. So I think that, weirdly enough, if Bitcoin starts dropping, altcoins might actually hold on a lot better in value. That's also maybe when we get a bit of a weird altcoin season, where Bitcoin drops and altcoins hold on to their value, and therefore we have an altcoin season. But that's of course not the type of altcoin season that we want to see. We have strong as an ox in Russian. I think we have a similar... No, we have strong as a bear. Berensterk. We call it healthy as a horse. Why are horses so healthy? Okay, we also say healthy as an elephant in Russia. Okay, I like that. I don't know why elephants are necessarily so much more healthy. Some people though. Thank you so much, Cliff. Thank you so much. Cliff just donated 50 Canadian dollars. Hold on, Crow Fam. In 5 years, everyone should be financially free. I hope within one, Mr. Cliff. Thank you so much, though. Thank you so much. That's honestly crazy, dude. I also haven't forgotten the 50 gift subs. You guys were absolutely crazy that day. Thank you so much again, though. Ow, 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 ow. Sensitive nipples. There's no yield on cash, no. Unfortunately not. I wish we had. I wish we'd have some yield on cash. So in the UK, they also use strong as an ox. Interesting. I didn't know that. I don't mind more discount though, Trading Savior. At this point, I do. At this point, I'm like, yeah, you know, for my mental health, I think it's good if we know, you know, we have had many bounces here, so why not bounce again? Why not bounce again, right? I think nobody would mind. We have had good discount already. At some point, we say enough is enough, right? I think we have won enough at this point. Also, I keep bringing it up, and I think it's an interesting scenario, right? Because we're getting to the point where typically we are at a low. We also start going up again. So you can see, right, is that if we have a similar pattern here, and let's do it like this here. We typically are from a high to a low. No, from a high to low to high. It typically takes this period. You can see it fits here. It fits here. So the question is, will it fit here again? And I don't know how high we will go, but I'm just talking about the amount of days. If it's going to fit again, then we will hit the low, or well, we won't hit the low, but we will hit a new low, or well, we'll start going up starting in May, according to this certain model here. Let's see. Some people say sell in May and go away. I would say, well, come back in May and let's start the play. I don't know. I'm very bad in English rhyming. Thanks again, Cliff. You're truly a legend. That will be the life, indeed. Cyborg. Yeah, that's true that. You're right. You know, here in the Netherlands, we go to an animal doctor. We don't put him down directly. Ooh, it's strong as a bull. I like that. Strong as a bull. Healthy as a goat. Okay. Healthy as a goat. That's really cool, though. Cronos has a unique chart. It is, right? It is. Pro is... yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It looks like a pump and dump often. Also, I love this chart. I do love this chart here. Well, we see we go up and we go down. We have all these waves. By the way, I think it also fits here. I'll need to check. Let me quickly check. So the question is about time of the pump, the time between the pump and the dump, basically. That's the question. Okay, so let me check. I don't know. I'm doing this live. Let's see how it will end up. How did I do that just a minute ago? So like this, then how it was. It's It's pretty similar. You can see this one is pretty similar time-wise. So we have a pump, then a dump, and a pump again. Obviously, this one is well, the peaks are similar. That's quite interesting. So you can see the peaks here are at about the same time. And what about this one? Well, also here you can see the peak is pretty similar again. So I don't know what it is, guys. I don't know what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Will this be the 7th occasion where we have a pump and a dump? Or basically, I would say the other way around. A dump and a pump. I definitely hope so. Healthy as a rock. So everyone has animals, but then we have Italy. By the way, Trading Savior, I want to compliment your country on the amazing Winter Olympics. It was well organized. I enjoyed. I see a lot of, you know, great sports people. The Italian woman that did the ice skating, speed skating, crazy. I lost the name. Too bad. So if we start going up in May, when will we hit the peak? The peak of the pump will then be in about June time frame. But yeah, that is very dubious speculation, right? Very dubious speculation. I will probably make a video about this, but I think it's an interesting fact here that we can see time and time again for Crow. Guys, I need to what is this? I need to move on. Get some sleep. Unfortunately, I have a funeral tomorrow, so I need to go to bed a bit early. Thank you so much for tuning in again. If you enjoyed, don't forget to hit the like button and strap in for another weekly live stream. We do this every Thursday and every Sunday, 9 PM Amsterdam time, so exactly this time as you are watching. So again, hit the like, subscribe. Thanks again to all the members, to Obsidian Swap for sponsoring, and also a big thank you to Mr. Cliff for donating, as you know, you have done so many times. Thank you so much. Take care, guys. I love watching Italians woman curling. I probably need to watch that back as well. Thank you so much. Have a lovely. Yeah. Hopefully the chart goes up again as well. I think, guys, it's not all too bad. It's pretty good actually. Let me say one more thing. What I like about this chart now is that basically we have, this has been resistance, and now has been support. What else would you want? This is perfect, guys. What else do you want? Ah, Jason Jordan, I missed it. No way, sir. Next week, new opportunity. Thank you so much, guys. Let's talk later. Let's talk later again.